Hi, it's Jeff from Mattress to Go. I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between something that is cheap and something that is less expensive. And I can't think of an industry that further exemplifies this difference than the mattress industry, my industry. At my store, I keep a few quotes from an author from the 1800s. His name is John Ruskin, and he was a social commentator and a business author. And one of his quotes, he writes that there is hardly anything in the world that some men cannot make a little worse and sell a little cheaper, and the people who consider price only are this man's lawful prey. We see this all the time in the mattress industry. You'll see classified advertisements, signs along the side of a road for $150 mattresses. Even the major name brands will get into this, $500 memory foam beds that they say are just the same as or are just as good as the premium products. And the fact is they aren't. These are cheap products. They're not less expensive. Think about it, if there were good quality products out there that were less expensive that I could sell for less, I'd have them at my store. All the better stores would have them because we could undercut our competition and offer a premium product that did the same job, but we would charge less for. But that's not the case. These are cheap products. In my business, there's really two ways to get the price lower. Either we bring in off brands that are low quality, and there is not a shortage of those in our industries. Plenty of mattress companies will produce really cheap products out there that look good in the showroom but don't last very long. Or we can minimize the overhead. And that's what we choose to do here at Mattress to Go. But you don't see that too often in our industry because it involves a lot of work on the part of the owner, which is me. The sales staff and the delivery staff are two of the biggest costs in our industry besides rent and actually paying for these products. So what we choose to do here is we eliminate the sales staff and all the commissions and costs that are built into the price of the mattress, and we eliminate the delivery staff because most people still pick up their beds, and that's a huge fixed cost, and people don't realize if they pick up their bed, they're still paying to subsidize the delivery of everybody else. And the savings that I have from eliminating these costs, I give back to you, the consumer, in lower prices on premium beds. That's the way to make a product less expensive. Premium, less expensive products versus cheap products. There's a huge difference. Which one would you rather have? There's another quote by Ruskin that I like to talk to people about. And he says that when you pay too little, you sometimes lose everything because the thing you bought was incapable of doing the thing it was bought to do. So not only have you given your money away, but also you have a product that's useless because after a few years, a mattress, what we're talking about, falls apart. No money, no mattress. And you're out, everything. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. And as a consumer, the onus is upon you. You have to do a little bit of research. Learn a little bit about the product that you're investigating, that you're considering purchasing. Learn a little bit about the foams on the inside, how it's assembled, what kind of support unit does it have on the inside, what's the reputation of the manufacturer. You need to do all these things. If you're in too much of a hurry and you get big eyes and get a little greedy seeing a low price on something, chances are it's cheap. And you're going to end up, in the end, losing everything, like Ruskin says. Or come to a store like mine, and they're few and far between, but find premium products that are less expensive. And that's the difference between cheap and less expensive.